All right, you want to have homework first or you want to have saints first?
Saints.
Saints, okay. So I'm going to tell you about Saint Nicephoros and not Saint Sapricius. It's a very sad story. I actually pray for 2 Nicephoros and 4 Sapricius or Sapricius every day. So this is the 9th of February. Just so you can know that I'm human too. This book, oh here it is, here's Fred. There's Fred. So this book, I love this book, but for some reason, because of the fast and everything, I have not read February yet. I mean, we're in February, we're ending February, and I haven't read. Usually I read every day, so it's hard to keep up good habits, isn't it? So, but I'm reading so much else. I'm reading The Latter Divine Ascent, which I recommend that everybody reads. Well, not you kids, but
All adults.
all adults, yes. So, Saint Nicephoros was just a layman, and he was very close with Saint Sapricios, with not Saint Sapricios. He was a priest. And they were dear friends. And they had some sort of argument, some sort of disagreement, and they became enemies. And they wouldn't even talk to each other. And Nicephoros started to really feel badly about this. Sapricius should have, because here he is celebrating liturgy, hating someone. He wouldn't even talk to him.
Yeah, and you can't have communion when you're hating someone.
Well, you can have communion when you're hating someone, but it's really bad for you. You can do anything you want, right? That's the thing. We have free will to do bad things, but it's a terrible thing to be communing when you're hating someone, right? You should rectify that situation. You should go and ask forgiveness or forgive them or do something. But they didn't do that. And then Nicephoros starts talking to him and saying, please forgive me, please forgive me. Sapricius wouldn't talk to him at all. Now, there was a persecution at that time, and Sapricius was arrested. Not Nicephoros, but Sapricius, yes.
Is he gonna die before he can say sorry and forgive each other?
Well, listen to the rest of the story.
I know you told us.
I've told you, well, this is a great story. I should tell this story to you every year. So anyway, Sapricius was arrested, and he didn't falter. He was tortured. He didn't falter. What they'd often do is they torture you and then put you back in jail. And sometimes let you heal up and then torture you again. Right? Sometimes people were killed outright, but a lot of times the torture went on for weeks. And they'd be waiting for what's the next day that I'm going to get tortured. So there was a psychological torture involved as well as the physical torture. Sapricius was fine. He was being a witness for Christ. And so the date that he's going to be beheaded comes up, and he's going to execution, and Nicephoros is walking along the way and saying, Father, forgive me for my sins, forgive me, pray for me when you're martyred, etc., things like that. And Sapricius wouldn't even look at it. Can you imagine? He's going to be executed as a martyr for Christ, and he should be full of love, he should be full of forgiveness. He won't even look at Nicephoros, won't even look at him. So he gets up to the scaffold, and as he's about to be, the executioner is going to have him put his head on the block, he kind of like loses his mind, and he gets really frightened. What am I doing here? Almost like he comes out of a dream. And the executioner says, well, you're being executed because you won't sacrifice. And he says, I'll sacrifice. Just like that, he gave up his soul. Just like that. He was ready to be a martyr. He was not afraid. But he had this problem that he did not forgive Nicephoros. And then the grace of God departed from him right at that moment. And he lost his mind. And he said he would sacrifice. So he ended up sacrificing. But before that happened, Nicephoros starts yelling out, I am a Christian, I am a Christian. So they take him in his place, and they immediately execute Nicephoros. So Nicephoros, of course, is with the just, and we don't know what happened to Sapricius. We don't know. I mean, he sacrificed to the idols. That doesn't mean he couldn't be saved. You can repent of that. Very hard to repent of things like that. Very, very hard. Very hard. When we do something that terrible, the demons just, they pour it on. You know, they make us ashamed, and plus they tempt us with fleshly things, etc. I don't know what happened to Sapricios. So a lot of times I will pray to St. Nicephoros, and then I will immediately say, Holy Father Nicephoros, Martyr Nicephoros, pray for Sapricius. We don't know what happened to Sapricius. Very, very sad story.